it's been a while. Welcome back to the final episode of Chill Hypixel Things for 2023. Today, it's gonna be a silly one. I'm gonna be doing some Hypixel housing Christmas parkour 'cause that's like kind of like the season. I'm gonna be doing some Christmas parkour and talking about my games of the year for this year. So yeah, let's get into it. So first off, I'd like to say that the games of the year will be obviously they'll be ranked based on whether I first played them this year, and then I think I'll go into like some honourable mentions of stuff I played in previous years that how good this year. But I also will categorize that there's a game that I started like a few years ago, and then I finally beat this year. Some impactful games like that. So I will address that and state why it's worth it, and why it's in my games of the year list. So first off, obviously this is gonna be a lot of people's games of the year, despite launching very late into the year. But first off, we've got Lethal Company. Now I've only got like 20 hours in Lethal Company. Well, I say only, but 20 hours is still a lot of time, right? And I'm not gonna like dwell on it because everything I'm about to say has been said by like 100 other people. Lethal Company is a really fun game, like extremely fun game. It kind of like reaches into horror, but it's not even scary. It's so like the horror aspect kind of. I guess if I was like 6, maybe I'd be a bit spooked, but like the horror aspect kind of makes it funnier. Like it's a funny horror game. Like you and your friends, there's a good comedy there. There's a good flow between the people and also the deaths and ragdoll when you die and then picking shit up and then stuff. The gameplay is highly replayable, especially with like the C generation and stuff, and also additions of new content makes it again highly replayable. So it's a really good game. Obviously it probably can be overdone, but luckily I've not been playing too like frequently. So I reckon as well it's getting frequent-ish updates, like once every like month or so. I'm saying that going into 2024, it could be a strong contender for next year's Game of the Year because it's in early access. It will get like quite a few updates, and then hopefully it can become an even more well fleshed out game. Okay, next on the list, another game I played a lot of this year, despite launching this year, is the Half-Life remake called Black Mesa. Now, I was quite skeptical about Half-Life. I love yeah, well, I loved and I still do love hit Valve games such as like Portal 1 and 2. Team Fortress 2 is a game that I really enjoy, and we'll get to that in a bit. And other Valve games, Aperture Death Job, and Valve never has had a miss when it comes to me playing their games, but I was still a bit skeptical going into Half-Life. So I played like a bit of like the original Half-Life, and I was like, oh, the graphics and stuff. I've heard there's a remake that will probably do this a bit better. It's kind of giving me a bit like Vertigo motion sickness, So I gave Black Mesa a try, and I was blown away on how good it was. Like, I'm not really a shooter type person. Like the only multiplayer shooter you're gonna find me playing is TF2. Like that's where I really draw a line. You won't find me on like I don't know Fortnite, Valorant, CS:GO, all that type of stuff. But TF2 you'll find me there. So I was like, oh okay, so this is like a single player shooter. And the combat, especially in Black Mesa, is I've done lots of research into the differences between it and the original Half-Life and like weighed them up and like lots of video essays. And yeah, really enjoy my time with that game. I love the way they did Zen. I was kind of like during like the latter half of the game. Unfortunately, because I'd heard Half-Life 2 is like 1,000 times better than Half-Life, I was like, oh, let's finish up the game. I need to get on to 2. So I was kind of like sort of rushing through it, but I didn't take away. There was no bit that felt too long, apart from like some of the military encounters in Surface Tension and a bit of Zen. Like I didn't see like the factory, but everyone was like in the factory bit in Zen, it was too long. I didn't really see it as that long. Like there was some good battles in there. There was some good like encounters, and the final boss with the Nyananth, I really enjoyed that. And Black Mesa, yeah, the achievement. My only complaint is the achievements are like really hard. Like I would probably go for like 100%, which I rarely ever do. But like looking at some of the achievements, it's just like quite challenging to do, which is like probably one of my only gripes for the game. But if you're not, it's normally on sale in like most major Steam sales, and it's actually on sale 80% off now in the Steam winter sale. So I'd highly recommend picking that up. And now off topic of Black Mesa, we got the original Half-Life. I have played a bit of single player, but the real reason I'm talking about it is Half-Life Deathmatch. Now, I enjoy Black Mesa's Deathmatch. Don't get me wrong, but you know there's not many people playing, and the combat kind of feels slightly better on Deathmatch and Half-Life One. I don't know the original in Half-Life. It's there's something about it, and especially when Half-Life got its anniversary update this year for its 25th anniversary. Me and one of my friends, we were playing a lot of like the OG Half-Life Deathmatch, like like 6 to 8 hours worth, and I really enjoyed it. So that's a good online shooter. It's not really tactical, you know, it's good or anything. It's just mindless, you know, pick up a weapon, shoot people, die, pick up a weapon, shoot people, die. You know, not really going for a high score or anything. Just, you know, kind of mindless fun. A game I picked up very recently, well, not picked up, but like played very recently, is this year I kind of had like a sort of South Park obsession. You know, I had my South Park phase. I watched quite a bit of South Park. I played, and then I played two of the games. First off, Stick of Truth. I really did enjoy Stick of Truth. I thought it was a good game. It was pretty funny. It was, you know, it had the South Park charm. There were definitely some issues. Like, I'm not really an RPG type guy. Like, the closest thing you'll find to an RPG in me playing is like Pokemon, but that's only because I like the Pokemon. I fucking hate the combat. Like, I play any RPG, I either edit my stats or get rid of random encounters. You know, I'm more of a story person. There's very few RPGs that I actually do enjoy. Um, but I'd say that South Park: The Stick of Truth was a good RPG. It did get a bit tiresome. It did sometimes feel like it slightly overstayed its welcome, but I saw no issues, and it also its age did sort of show, despite being like 2014. But that's still like a decade ago. We're going into like 2024, so that is a decade ago. But yeah, I really did enjoy that. And then this month in December, I've not completed the DLC, but I started the DLC, and I have been playing South Park: The Fractured But Whole, and that is a good game. It is just a major improvement over the Stick of Truth. Like everything, like the graphics, the polish, the combat, I really enjoyed. The story, the literally everything. It was basically the perfect South Park game. I really hope that Snow Day, coming in March of 2024, I really hope that that can, you know, live up to the previous South Park games, because it's like a transition to 3D, and I really hope it can, you know, live up to that. Then we have another release from this year. We have Sons of the Forest. Now, I really did like my. I've not played it since like a month or so after its launch, and I know they've added so much more stuff. But me and one of my friends, when it first came out for the first like month or like the first few updates, we played it and we've really enjoyed it over the first Forest. It is just an improvement in every way. I know it's like releasing, but like it's sort of like still gonna get updates. Like it's basically gonna get like a version 1.0 out of early access, but it's still gonna get updates. And I will return to Sons of the Forest, and I will, you know, have a look to see what they've improved, because it's a really, the original Forest I loved, one of my favourite games that I've played, but favourite multiplayer games as well. Yeah, I don't really reckon it'll be the same without friends, but yeah, it's a really good game, and I really enjoyed my time with it. So I'll have to give it another revisit with some of my friends. Next we have Hollow Knight. I tried to play Hollow Knight a few times throughout my life. Tried to play it on my Switch back in like 2019, got like lost, and then tried to play it on my PC again. But this year I was like, okay, I'll bite the bullet. Let's play through Hollow Knight. I have not completed it, but yet. I am at like in front of the final boss, but I kind of like gave it a breather because I played it for 2 months straight in January, February, and the beginning of March. So I'm having like a little breather, and I will come back to it early next year. But it's a really fun game. It's kind of like my first Metroidvania, and I really, you know, hope to be able to complete it, and can't wait for Silk Song. So that's a mention to Hollow Knight there. Next we have probably a glaring thing that I did enjoy, which is like some people enjoyed it, some people didn't. I like to see the arguments on both sides. It's my most played game this year, whopping total of 40 hours, and that is Hogwarts Legacy. Now I did not complete the game. I finished the main campaign, and there's still like a tiny bit of like post game stuff that I believe needs doing. Um, but I'm not really rushing to go back and complete it. That I found my fix. If there's DLC, which I do wish there was DLC with like more stuff, because I really did enjoy my time with that game. It was like a Harry Potter fan when I was younger. It was a really good game, and I really enjoyed my time with it. It had a good campaign. It never really overstayed its welcome. It was never really that annoying, and it was balanced. And no matter what your opinions on it is, it was a good game, and I really liked it. But it could have, replay value and, more post game and DLC type stuff going on. Okay, here's a shocking game. I first played Team Fortress 2 this year with one of my pals, and I never really thought much of it. I was like, oh yeah, it's that game everyone played. But I pleasantly surprised when I really enjoyed it. Like, I'm not really a shooter type person, but Team Fortress 2, it kind of made me a shooter type person in this like one specific game. I main Scout in case anyone's wondering. But yeah, me and my friend, we've cracked up like 35 hours in it in just a few play sessions. Like every month or two, we just like do a 5 hour long play session, and we've done some streams. I appeared on my friend Rice Drogan's Team Fortress 2 video, which was fun, and yeah, we've both really enjoyed our time with it. I'm sure if he did a video of his game of the year, he would have said the same. And it's a really fun game. Kind of like it's more strategic based than Half-Life Deathmatch. You've actually got to like know what you're doing, kind of get good at the game. And I'm by no means am I a god of the game. I'm not really even that good as a scout player, but it's really fun. Okay, next on the list, we've got I'm just going to give a quick honourable mention to the Jackbox Party Packs. Obviously, I got some new ones. I got some new ones this year. I also have some old ones, but I've played in previous years. I even had a video I made in 2021 on the Party Pack for Survive the Internet. But obviously, Jetbox Party Pack, and this goes for Gartic Phone and Scribble as well. Scribble.io. These are like some just fun co-op games I've played with my friends this year, and yeah, give them an honourable mention because they're all fun, but there's not really much to talk about them. They're really fun co-op games. Uh, Next we have Detroit Become Human. Now, I originally wanted to make a video on Detroit Become Human, but then that kind of like my PC wasn't powerful enough, so that I got my friend to like record my screen share. But then we decided we just got too engrossed in it to actually, be funny and make a video. Like, it was kind of one of those situations where you don't really want to make a video because it could like ruin your experience with the game, which is completely fair. But I screenshot it to my friend, and we both were very engrossed in the story, narrative, and both really enjoyed the game, even though it's because it's one of those games like one of the games where you kind of like pick a path and like quick time stuff where you're not necessarily really playing that much apart from like certain sections. It's kind of mostly cutscene, walking around, doing a thing. But it was engrossing. It was a really good game, and I am surprised with how much I enjoyed my time with it. And I'm hoping for a sequel someday because I'm not gonna go around completing every route because I know there's so many routes depending on what choices you take. But yeah, it's a really good game. Next, I'm gonna go to Cult of the Lamb. I've not like fully played through this by any means. I'm like near the end. I've not played it since like May because I was waiting for like the next big update coming like next year to drop. But I really enjoyed Cult of the Lamb. It's a pretty good like chill game. Chill like anything you like boot up. But I think I've had my time with it for now. And when the new update comes out, I'll see. I might re play some more. But I'm not really engrossed. Next we have another like sort of honourable mention of a game that released this year. Ages of Conflict World War Simulator. It's kind of like a simulation game. You just put like your countries and you make maps for countries and like either like play the like mess with them or watch them battle it out. It's pretty fun just to make a little map of Europe or the world, then watch a load of countries like mindlessly battle it out, form alliances, etc. It's still getting updated as well with new like features and stuff, but like a minor simulation game. And talking about simulation game, obviously, I'd have to shout out to Roblox, but I've played like a tiny bit this year, but it's mostly been my favorite game on Roblox, Rise of Nations, which is just basically Hoi 4, but less complicated. And if there was a game, if Rise of Nations was on Steam, I would play that as like one of my most played games. But it's super fun. I really love that game, and it's getting updates with new stuff, and it's just so good. If you're like interested in like history, geopolitics, whatever, like war simulators, I would recommend, even if it's on Roblox. Next we have Amori. Now I've made an Amori video before that was recorded in 2021. I believe it was my first video of 2022. But I never completed it. I did like the first area, and then I did like a stream, I believe, yeah, like last year, and then I completed it this summer. With while one of my friends was, I was screen shared to like two of my friends at different points of the game, and I actually, despite being spoiled literally everything, I really enjoyed it. It was a really solid game, and I slept on it for too long. Despite all my friends playing it and saying it was the GOAT, I was like, oh yeah, I bet. I'm not really an RPG guy. And when I just focused on the story and stuff, I really enjoyed it, and I might go for 100%, which is like a rare thing I never really do with any games. Then we got another honorable mention here, which is Gang Beasts. I've been playing it. I played that quite a lot with some of my friends on Xbox and on PC as well. And yeah, it's just really fucking fun. You know, like chill party game, just what you need after like school or whatever. So yeah, that's that. Now let me just scroll down. Okay, now we're back. So more multiplayer stuff. We'll just do a rapid fire. Like I said, I wasn't really a shooter person. I sort of lied. I've been playing a lot of Tab G, Totally Accurate Battlegrounds, which is like a sort of like joke spin-off of Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. But it's a really cool like wobbly FPS, like ragdolly, silly FPS. Yeah, I would recommend it. It's pretty fun, and I did enjoy it. Then we got Terraria. Uh, I've been playing a bit Terraria with my friends. Really, it's a pretty good game. I never really vibed with it as much as Minecraft, but like just playing with your friends and stuff, it's funny, it's fine. Obviously, this game that I'm playing right now, Minecraft, you know, I've got to like thank that for being the GOAT. Even though I never really agree with the devs or the updates, I love this game. Otherwise, you know, I would have probably stopped playing. Especially Hypixel and Bed Wars and stuff, you know, Minecraft is the go. Then I did play the Final Fantasy Security Breach Ruin DLC. I hadn't fully played through the you know, the actual Security Breach, but fully. But I did like the Ruin DLC. There will be a video coming out about the Ruin DLC, and I just found it much better and much more, you know, developed, fleshed out than the main game. If that makes any sense. Then we've got Neon White. I played through the entirety of the Neon White campaign. I really liked it. I'm kind of like a sucker for, you know, the speed run type games. You know, like the games where you go quick, little floaty physics, use guns and stuff, mid-air, slow-mo, all that stuff. You know, I really like Neon White, and I will go for a replay. Some more honourable mentions for multiplayer. We got Totally Reliable Delivery Service, which is a city game I've played with like multiple of my friends actually. There's like a video of it on Rise Dragon's channel of us playing it, and it's a really like fun, you know, brain dead game. And alongside that, One Armed Cook, another that's getting a video on Rise Dragon's channel, but it's like another, you know, fun. Don't really have to think much about it. Funny game. And yeah, another game I started playing. I was like got like 10 hours in. Cyberpunk 2077. That's a fucking good game. That's a really good game. And I've not been really playing many games. I've been really focusing on YouTube recently, but I get back to playing. That's gonna be one of my priorities. You know, start to play in my own time. Then I've got One Shot. I played through the entirety of One Shot. Yeah, pretty solid game. I don't get. Some of my friends were hyping it up. Same friends who like hyped up on Mori. I was like, oh, you hyped up on Mori, it's gotta be good. It wasn't. It's like anyway, and it is like mid. It's like meh. It's like yeah, you know. Uh, then another game, some multiplayer games. I played more Just That Natural this year. I played it a lot last year, and I also played Phasmophobia. But yeah, Phasmophobia kind of fell off after the new updates. Also another like YouTube commentary thing. Yes, I played through the entirety of Cluster Truck. You know, that's all right. That's an okay game, I guess. It's not, you know, anything revolutionary. Um, this is not my game of the year, but I am just saying that I did unfortunately play through every single Gun of Banban game that's come out this year except 6, which I'm still yet to play due to the £8 price tag, and I want to pirate it because I'm not giving the Euphoric Brothers any more my fucking money. And they're also shit games. I played lots of Stick Fight the game, like a few hours with my friends. That's solid, just another fucking solid. There's so many solid multiplayer games nowadays. Uh, the all the Fears to Fathom games that came out this year, which I believe is 3 and 4. I really love that series. I really enjoy it. My only gripe is number 4. My sprint button wouldn't work, so I could not actually complete the game in like I was in like the final act, and I could not complete it, which was annoying, but they're good games nonetheless. Uh, Spookware, good game. I really enjoyed Spookware. I did like one stream on it, and I played like the most of the rest on my own time. Still yet to like I've got to finish like 2 acts or something left, but it's from what I'm seeing so far, it's a good ass game. I played a Tyler Crusader Kings 3. Not much to note there. It's just like the strategy game, but I didn't really understand it, and it was taxing on my computer. Dave the Diver is a game I picked up, you know, because I have a few casual games I like to alternate between. That is a solid casual game. That is like a really good casual game. I can see why I got nominated for some games of the year. It's like, no, I'm not really there for the story. I just like pick it up, play it for like 20 minutes, you know, when I need to play like a casual type experience. But that is a good casual experience, like just brain dead fucking sushi and fishing. Next we have. Sorry, I'm like flicking between. Next we have some more multiplayer mentions. I've got FPS chess. Yeah, it's chess, but you shoot each other. Among Us. I played like the new map. I'm not really a big Among Us enjoyer. Cuphead. Again, I played a bit of Cuphead multiplayer, but that's it. And Gmod. I played a bit as well. Papers, Please. I played a bit of. I don't really get the hype behind it. It just seems like, you know, ooh, haha, Soviet parody, border control, immigration, blah blah blah. No, it's not really that good. IMO. I played a bit of The Binding of Isaac. That is Rebirth. That is a pretty solid game when I get good at it. I played Project Playtime for the first time. That it could do with some improvements. Like there's a lot of updates and stuff that could happen to Project Playtime to, you know, make it actually a good game, you know. I played Hello Neighbor and got soft locked. That's also a thing that happened. I played Finance of Freddy's for the first time, actually on Steam because I played like some shitty web versions a few years ago. Yeah, it's alright. I played Cyberhook, which is like basically the swing but grappling hook. I really have no complaints. These are just like some mediocre things. I'm like kind of like listing off here. This is like the mid section for a video I played Shower with Your Dad Sim 2015. Yeah, this is why we're in the mid section. Uh, just all the fucking mid games. I played Doom for like an hour. I now no longer get the hype around Doom. Like you just go around blowing up thingies in no particular order, or going through semi-linear levels. It's just like, you know, why? And then moving down, I played one of my new like games I'm hating on. I played like 30 minutes of Mirror's Edge. I also now no longer get the hype behind Mirror's Edge. It's bad. There's no other real way to put it. It's bad. I I played about 5 minutes of Secret Neighbor. You know, going back through the mids. I played like 5 minutes of Uno and Ages of History 2. played a bit of Obama Maze, Goat Sim, and Donut County. And I played a tad bit of a short hike. And then a bit of G Dash, a bit of Who's Your Daddy, a bit of Plastic Duck Sim, and that's basically been my 2023 on like Steam. Obviously, I've got some goats out there. I've got Black Mesa, I've got Hogwarts Legacy, I've got Lethal Company as my goat games, like TF2 as well. My goat games of this year. And then moving on to console for this short segment, I picked up Mario Wonder. It was mid. Oh no, I'm not saying my words very carefully. It was not as good as it was hyped up to be. But however, I did get Pikmin 4. I got to like the final level of Pikmin 4, which I'm yet to complete. Because I don't really play on my Switch anymore. I'm more of a PC type of guy. But I did like Pikmin 4. Pikmin 4 was good, and I am now waiting upon Pikmin 5. And the Mario Kart 8 booster course, I also enjoyed the fact that they're including characters. They were including characters instead of, you know, just having the what's it called? Instead of just having the tracks. And Nintendo went the extra mile, and they included like a few extra characters, and they also included like the music selector and some like fixes, balancing, and you know, some other stuff which in my opinion at least improved Mario Kart 8. So I can commend them for that, and I think that's pretty much it on the whole game side of things. I'd also like to say Undertale Yellow was a fucking peak-ass mod. Now we're into mods. Undertale Yellow, fucking hell, that was a really good mod. That was a goated mod. That was like my like most recent thing that I completed. I fucking love Undertale. Fucking love Delrude. Anything that Toby Fox shits out, I will play and become hyperfixated on. But you know, fucking Undertale Yellow, man, that shit is the goat. Fucking love Undertale Yellow. What else? And I think that's pretty much it. For absolutely goated video games this year. There's been quite a few good ones. There's been some bad ones. There's been some good mods across console and PC. And yeah, I'd also like to say there is lots of new glitch mastery content that's going to be coming over the next few days and 2024. So stay tuned for that. Those are my picks for like those. That was me saying what I played this year and my game of the year picks. I will see you next year for hopefully more game of the year picks. I'll probably do a pinned comment if I've like completely forgotten like the best game of the year that I secretly played, but probably not. And yeah, thank you all for watching my videos this year and watching this video, because this is probably a long one and just filled with me randomly checking shit. So yeah, have a good new year, and I'll see you in late 2023 or early 2024.